Commodity fetishism, two simple words that hold a complex meaning. Commodity fetishism is when material consumer objects and cultural products are given a very high and desirable symbolic value. Sounds complicated? Don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. First, let's talk about the man behind this theory. Karl Marx was born on May 5, 1818 in Prussia. Marx wrote a large number of books and articles, occasionally with his friend Friedrich Engels. Mostly, Marx wrote about capitalism. In his first volume of Das Kapital, he explains the theory of commodity fetishism. Now, back to the theory. Commodity fetishism is when the value of a product does not come from the human labor that produced it, but is given by society based on how desirable it seems to be. This is a self-perpetuating cycle because of symbolic values attached to luxury items. This means that people work hard so that they can afford those products, which sustains the capitalist system. Symbolic values determine the self-esteem of a person and the esteem that they receive from others. Examples of symbolic values that products carry are impressiveness, attractiveness, desirability, classiness, respect, popularity, and so on. An example of highly desirable commodities are the many products that Apple makes. The iPhone 6s was the company's new sales champion, with thousands of people waiting in line days before the launch, and 13 million units sold just 3 days after. Many buy Apple products because they carry values such as status, power, attractiveness, acceptance, superiority, and uniqueness. Another great example is Nike. Nike made a lot of pairs of the 7210 Air Jordan 11. No, seriously, a lot. Sneaker retailers sold over 1 million pairs, and that's not even accounting for all those sold directly via Nike. Consumers lusted after these shoes because they believed it would help make them better athletes, stand out, gain respect from their peers, and improve their social standing. While commodity fetishism benefits brands, it has a large number of consequences and drawbacks. Such consequences include child labor, inhumane working conditions, wasted resources, and externalized costs. For example, Nike found cases of both physical and verbal abuse in its factories. Between 25 to 50% of its factories in the region restrict access to toilets and drinking water during the workday. Furthermore, the workers were overworked and denied rest days. So, what can we do about this? Firstly, we can't just abolish commodity fetishism because it is part of capitalism. Secondly, changing the mindset of consumers everywhere is not an easy task. However, there are ways that we can reduce the effects of commodity fetishism. We can start by educating people from a young age and exposing them to ways that businesses operate. Most of all, we need to start making smarter choices as a consumer. Looking beyond what we as consumers can do to lessen the effects of commodity fetishism, we should recognize what companies can do as well. The reality is that not many companies will see the benefits of fair wages and environmentally sustainable production policies, as both of these things will incur higher costs. However, some companies like The Body Shop do commit to fair trade principles like fair wages and better working conditions. Another great example is Starbucks, which established farmer support centers which provide local farmers with resources and expertise. So, is there an end to this? The truth is that commodity fetishism will probably exist for many years. However, as more people start to see through the veils of commodity production, there is hope that effects of commodity fetishism can be lessened over time. So, before you buy that brand new iPhone, ask yourself, do I really need that?